When Gulf Air was founded in 1950, it quickly rose to become one of the most prestigious airlines in the Middle East. However, with the emergence of heavyweights like Emirates, Qatar Airways and Etihad, Gulf Air found itself overshadowed. For years, the airline has been striving to return to profitability and attract new passengers with new service models, fair prices and exciting destinations like Tbilisi, the city of our flight today. Wait, did I say our flight? No, I meant my wife's flight, which I'm once again sending halfway across the world. So let's see if the purchase of the Gulf Air ticket was worth it, or if it is the same thing as an expensive circumcision. A rip-off. Currently, Pajaree is waiting at Bahrain International Airport, which, with 9 million passengers annually, is the largest airport of the country of Bahrain, and also the only one. There are 17 gates, 9 of them having jet bridges and the rest needing a bus ride to the plane. So it's fair to say that this airport isn't huge. However, size isn't the only thing that matters, since there are other qualities an airport can have like shops, cafes and prayer rooms. Free Wi-Fi keeps you connected, and if you're rolling in style and money, there are 5 business class lounges, mostly owned by Gulf Air, where you can kick back before your flight. All in all, the hub of Gulf Air shapes up to be a pretty decent airport. From this very spot, it spreads its wings, reaching 61 destinations, 9 of them seasonal, across 30 countries in Africa, Asia and Europe, making it a gateway to the world. Tbilisi, the capital of Georgia, is one of them, albeit with a stopover in Azerbaijan. Today's flight, GF81, will take off at 9:40, taking course over to Baku Heydar Aliyev International Airport, no way I'm pronouncing that right, where it will arrive 3 hours and 40 minutes later at 2:25 p.m. After a stay on the ground, the journey will then continue under the same flight number 1 hour later and finally arrive at Tbilisi at 4:50 p.m. By the way, this is the second leg of a journey originating from Bangkok, operated on the 787 Dreamliner, so make sure to check this video out as well if you're interested in their long-haul product. Boarding commences on time, and soon enough Pajaree finds herself on board of this 15-year-old Airbus A320-200, which, despite its age, looks quite healthy. Since we pay for our tickets by ourselves, upon boarding Pajaree is allowed to skip the business class and instead is offered a seat in economy class. However, with the randomly allocated seat, she still gets lucky as the legroom is massive. So if there happen to be any giraffes, Elzamosauruses or Dutch people watching, AD is your seat. Pajaree described the flight attendant as sweet, friendly and accommodating. And when one of those noise machines they call babies started crying, the crew swiftly swept in, offering the mom some snacks for the kid, chocolate, bananas, the whole deal, free of charge.
Meanwhile, please follow the safety instructions and enjoy your flight. Thanks for your attention.
After takeoff, lunch is served, consisting of rice and some other stuff, and it doesn't taste bad. I know I'm really not good at reviewing food, especially if I did not eat it myself. But anyway, let's talk about the toilet, which is clean and looks a lot better than most airplane toilets I've seen. Trust me, I hope you're not eating right now, but one time literally all the walls were. During the 3 hours and 40 minutes of flight time, there isn't much to do since Wi-Fi or in-flight entertainment is not available. Yet the view makes up for that. Touchdown in Baku is right on schedule. The plane empties out and refills with new faces. But if you're bound for Tbilisi, you're stuck on board for the next hour. No stretching your legs, no quick stroll, just a waiting game. That's a bit of a downside since, from what I know, I think there are no direct flights between Bahrain and Tbilisi. But on the other hand, I assume that this isn't exactly one of the most demanded routes out there, especially since there are only 2 flights per week. But after staring holes in the air for an hour, it's finally time for the final leg. From Heydar Aliyev International Airport in Baku to Tbilisi, Georgia. Same flight, GF81, lifting off at 3:25 p.m. and touching down at 4:50 p.m. Just 1 hour and 25 minutes of airtime, and you're there. Just a little reminder, if you like to watch weird people flying weird airlines, feel free to sub or to check out my other videos. When it comes to onboard catering on the second flight, there's only a chicken sandwich being served. Not exactly gourmet, but more than enough for such a short hop, because at least you have something to chew on while you're 30,000 feet up. And speaking of something to chew on, let's talk about Gulf Air's journey over the past decade, because smooth is the last word you would use to describe it. In the 2010s, when the competition from all the Gulf carriers grew and the finances were grim, they went for a makeover, introducing Falcon Gold with business class luxury at a reasonable price. But things got rocky with political unrest in Bahrain, forcing them to cut back. Fast forward to today, they've slimmed down, rebranded and added some sleek new planes. But they're still fighting to stay in the skies. Nevertheless, from what Pajaree tells me, you won't notice anything about the financial struggles when flying with them, and the experience is top-notch. The only exception is the landing, which even Ryanair would describe as rather tough. But other than that, there are no complaints, and what counts is that my wife and I will meet in yet another country that even 99% of American geography teachers don't know exists. And nice thing about those places is that you will see airlines that even F-geeks like me haven't heard of, like Tbilisi Airways or Air Diligence, and another one of those rather unknown airlines is Bulgaria Air. Click here to see my trip report.